Like if I can fit into leather clothes for the purposes of saving humans, that would be good.
I'm Steve Zim. You're at my training facility, which is called A Tighter You Fitness Studio in Culver City, California. A big part of my business at the gym is getting people ready for movie roles, TV roles. So I've been given 4 people, 3 men, 1 woman. We're gonna do the cardio, we're gonna do the weightlifting, and we're gonna do the nutrition. They're gonna be put through the same paces I would do for any actor or actress getting them ready for a role.
What's up, guys? How's it going? My name is Penna, aka MysteryGuitarMan, and I'm doing this because I want to be healthier. I want to look better, of course. I don't know how hard this is going to be, you know, because you hear about people that it takes 2 years for them to do this kind of stuff, but then you hear, oh, this guy, this actor dude did it in like 8 weeks, and he looks great. I just want to know how they do it, because I have no clue.
Hey, I'm Clint'S from CineFix. I'm really excited to do this because I'm progressively becoming more and more of a nerd about these comic book movies. I'm really fascinated with honestly what it takes, because you hear about all of these actors who they get cast as some superhero and then just overnight they're ripped.
Hey guys, I'm Juliana and I am from Cinema and Spice. Is it a magic pill? Is it just working out 24 hours a day? Like, what does it actually take for a normal person to get in shape?
Hello, I'm Mike Cruz, and I work on CineFix. That's why you know me. This is something that people talk about all the time when actors go through this process, but I feel like it's all cockamamie bullshit. Like it's all this shit, like nobody eats anything and they work out 17 hours a day.
And that's really the exciting thing about this show, because on CineFix we talk about superhero movies all the time. We turn them into 8-bits and cartoons, we make them out of cardboard on homemade movies, but now we're gonna make our own superhero movie. We're gonna do a short film at the end of this where we actually get to play the superheroes. And Joe, who's recently been directing amazing sci-fi films and stop-motion music videos and more with the likes of like Orlando Jones and Ryan Quanten, he's gonna be directing it. On top of that, Juliana and her Cinema and Spice buddy Natasha will be making delicious and healthy goodies to make sure we stay on track in Superhero Kitchen. So we really are committed to this process and to finding out exactly what it takes to become a superhero, or else those spandex are gonna look really awkward.
I think this is gonna hurt a lot, so I think it's gonna be super hard.
These guys have no idea what they're in for. They think they're gonna come and the weights might seem a little light at the beginning, but I promise you, they're gonna be so sore. I've run a business here for 25 years without ever running an ad, because people come in and their bodies change. Once your body changes, you're into it. The problem with most workouts is they don't see a change. So these guys are gonna be sore, they're gonna hurt, one of them might even puke or whatever happens, but I promise you they're gonna come back in because they're gonna feel a difference and see a difference. And within 2 weeks, people are gonna be asking, what are you doing? Because that's what happens here. It's really different. So get ready, put your seatbelt on, because here we go. When you're gonna get ready for a role, in your mind, you have a goal. When you're at home, you have to have the same goal. These guys are gonna be on camera. They have to have the same goal. You always have to set a goal.
My goal is to look like Spider-Man and less like MysteryGuitarMan. I want to be more of the spider variety of man. You know, you understand what I mean. I want to be muscular and, you know, trim and fit, but I don't want to be hulkish.
I want to be strong and muscular, but still feminine. I don't need to be a Hulk. I guess if I had to choose a superhero I wanted to look like, I would choose the Black Widow, because she looks really hot in her black spandex. She's not like crazy, you know, Miss Universe bulky, but she looks awesome.
My goal for this is to get just as massive as possible. Like, I want to be Thor. I want to be Henry Cavill as Superman. Like, I want that just like stupid amount of bulk. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I have no idea if I will be able to do it, but that's my goal and that's what I'm going to work towards.
My goal, I think, is to look kind of like Hawkeye. It seems attainable, like he's kind of just like normal and he fits in his little S&M gear. Like if I can fit into leather clothes for the purposes of saving humans, that would be good.
When these guys get cast in roles as superheroes, they have to look a certain way. It's my job to then take it from good to great. Give it that big separation, that point that people are like, wow, if I could only look like a Chris Evans, if I could only look like a Christian Bale, if I could only look like a Jessica Biel, that's the job I do. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do all the measurements and the body fat test and the weight. Even when you're at home, you have to take your measurements because otherwise you really don't know. You're working out at home, you just look at the mirror every day and you're like, eh, and then you get unmotivated. You need measurements so that you can put your progress into numbers. You can go, okay, I added half an inch to my bicep, I added half an inch to my legs. You see progress, so really important to write these measurements down. And we'll put out a little chart so this way you can copy it.
2 tickets to the gun show!
Your round is at a 43.
The round is where, right here?
It's through your shoulders. This is a measurement I made up because I need to know what your separation is from here to here coming into the waist. Not just chest. Everybody does just chest, but the shoulder rounds out. Your around is a 43. We need to get them up to about a 44 to a 45.
Oh gosh.
So that we have a nice V coming down.
Steve's funny. He kind of speaks to you in a way that's like, okay, so now that you're in this situation, then I'm gonna do this and this. He kind of like speaks out loud about you.
Your waist starts at a 34.75, which is really kind of wide for what we're looking for. A 31 would give us a great taper from 45 down to a 31. That'd give us a nice V.
He's trying to mold you. He's like, oh, you can see the muscle coming in and you know, he can point at this specific muscle that I've never had before in my life.
Then we go into your thighs. Your thighs are 21 and 19.75, so they're imbalanced. The reason why somebody's thigh might be off, you might step on the gas, you might drive a stick shift car, whatever it is, you're doing some repetitive motion more on one side than the other, and that's what we're gonna balance off.
He definitely knows his stuff, which is great. And you know, it makes me trust him. So it's like, you know, you tell me to pick up 600 pounds, why not? Let's do it. Oh, I can't do it.
Your weight's at 154.5. That wasn't surprising, that's kind of where I thought you'd be at. You're probably gonna gain a few pounds doing this because muscle weighs double the amount of fat. Then we get to the body fat. Your body fat is 20.15. For a guy that looks this thin, that's actually pretty high for you.
Yeah.
We have to get this at somewhere between 10 and 12%.
How much is liposuction? Is that very
Liposuction is about $5,000. That's how much that is.
All right.
2 tickets to the gun show!
Neck, 15.75. That's good. It'll probably stay right around there. Your round is 48. It's a good round. We're probably going to end up going up a little bit. Your chest is 40.5. Your shoulders are overly developed for your chest. Your chest does no work.
Stupid, lazy chest.
No, it just, your arms take over.
Yeah.
Your shoulders take over. I just got to balance the workout out. Take your arms out of the exercises before we hit your chest. I need everything else to be tired so it can't help as much. Otherwise, I'm going to make like a He-Man doll with no pecs.
He's got such a specific plan that I feel like at the end of this, it's 100% my fault if this doesn't work out.
Then we start to work our way down to the waist. Your waist is at 39.5. That's way too thick right now for what we're doing. So that's why you're doing at least 45 minutes of cardio to start to bring down the waist. Your right thigh is 23.5, your left is 23. You're only off by half an inch, not a big deal. Your right calf, interestingly, is 15.75, yet your left calf is 16. So one thigh is bigger, the other calf is bigger.
Here and here.
Yeah. Then your body fat's at 25.1. Way too high. We gotta get you down minimum 10, 11% body fat.
That feels like a lot of percent.
It's a lot of percent.
You're just talking to him about it step by step. Here's what we're gonna do. It's like, whoa, dude knows it.
2 tickets to the gun show!
So, let's go over your measurements.
Oh God.
Now, we'll get to the around. You're at 41.
Okay.
We're gonna try to bring that in. Now we get to the chest. It's a 38. When you've got that little bit that comes over the bra, as that comes down, that whole area will start to come in. So you're gonna get leaner in there. Your waist is 36.75. This we have some good room to come in on. And it's real important to create that hourglass shape with you because your hips are at 43.5 and your round is at 41. So your hips are actually wider than your shoulders, creating more of a pear shape like that.
I think it's really funny that Steve wants to kind of like sculpt our bodies like we're made out of clay. He talks about you like you're like a Lego figure or something. Like, I'm gonna take a piece off here and a piece off here and you're gonna look better.
The separation in the thigh for you is going to be very important because that will draw my eye off the hips and down to the legs. The hips we want to round out. We want to make sure that your butt separates from your leg. We don't want a blunt. We want a booty. So we want a booty in the legs.
This is true. So I'm like, okay, great, do whatever you want. Like, I feel good about this.
2 tickets to the gun show!
You are completely symmetrical.
I am a symmetrical human being.
That is pretty impressive, I do have to tell you. That you don't find very often. Neck started out at 16.5. That'll come down as we start to do this because you start to lose through here. Your around was 55.5. We don't need to go out any further. You're going to come in from that. Keeping you between 50 and 49.5 will give you a nice drop as the waist starts to come in. Because your waist right now is at 57.5. We will see as we take the measurements how quickly your waist is coming in, and my job is to keep the shoulders wide so we have that taper. Really important for having that presence on camera. Boom, like that.
I don't know anything about this, and so I'm just kind of like, I'll do what you say.
When we go to your chest is a 52. Okay, we have to bring that in a few more inches. So the 55 to the 52 has to be more like a 55 to about a 48. You have muscle under here. When you went like this, right? Put your arm up, come up, and you put your hand here. You feel muscle inside.
Yeah.
When you feel muscle inside, that means it's there. We're going to develop it, but at the same time, more important, we're going to have to take the fat off of it. When somebody's heavier, what they tend to do is not everybody, but a lot of people tend to carry actually a lot of muscle because it costs a lot to move somebody who's 300 plus pounds around. So my job with you is to make sure that we lean out as fast and as quick as possible and to keep our cardio high and keep the weights that we're using low, but a cardio type of weight where we're doing between 20, 25, sometimes even 30 reps per set, and keeping the break time between sets really, really short. No more than about 30 to 40 seconds, and we go again. 3, 29 and a half. What? No, but really, don't, honestly, everybody's gotta start somewhere. We don't start at the end. So it's a process.
Yeah, I'm just a little overwhelmed. I was a little overwhelmed by where I am, where I was starting. I was a little overwhelmed by where we're trying to go. I was a little overwhelmed by the amount of we have to do.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the first episode of Superheroes in Training. Next week, we really get down to the working out. It's super fun. Steve's a rad guy, and it's hard goddamn work. So if you're following along with us, keep up with us at home. Tune in next week for more Superheroes in Training. Also, make sure to watch Superhero Kitchen over on Cinema and Spice. They're going to be following along over the next couple weeks with some really delicious, really healthy recipes that I'm really excited about eating because I can't eat much. Thank you. See you next week.